Hello, this is one in a series of really short videos for parents who think they may have a child with an eating disorder or who are in the early stages of an eating disorder. And these videos share what you need to know, what you need to do so that you can support your child's recovery. So in this video, what I'm going to be talking about is the signs that there might be a problem. For us, when our daughter developed an eating disorder, it came as a complete shock. And yet, when I look back, I know there were some signs that we'd missed and we didn't act on. So one of the things for us was I'd kind of noticed that she'd stopped taking a yogurt to school, and I checked in with a GP friend of mine and she said, "Oh, don't worry." And I don't think now, looking back on it, that that was really helpful advice. It would have been helpful to us if we'd been alerted earlier on. So I'm going to share some things that are worth looking out for. And I think one of the key things in all of this, one of the key things in all the work that I do with parents is to trust your own instincts, because you do know your child. So if there are changes, looking out for changes, are there things that are different? Those are the things to pick up on and trust yourself. Things that might be indicators of some kind of problem are there any significant changes in eating? So are they eating differently? Anything that you've noticed? Perhaps they become as obsessive about food. So maybe they're reading a lot of cookery books, or they're cooking for the whole family but they're not eating it themselves. So any sort of obsession about food, particular becoming more fussy about things, eating less, eating a lot more, any of major changes around food could be indicative of an eating disorder. Any behavioural changes, so if they become miserable, withdrawn, not wanting to partake in family meal times, are you seeing any significant changes in their behaviours? Now, these things can be really easily masked, because it's not uncommon for eating disorders to arise at transition points. So for us, our daughter was early teenage years. She was 12 actually, but she was in that transition. So her change in body shape, I'd put down to simply being a change in her growth, a change in her maturity. So often these things can be easily disguised by what else is going on. So tune in and just notice what's happening. Are you noticing any changes in how they're talking about their body? Do they say negative things about their body? Are they obsessing about their body? Are they talking about things that they don't like about their body? Again, we're looking for changes here. So if there's been if they've always been negative about their body, that's not that helpful. However, but looking out for changes, looking out for their commentary, is there something that occurs as slightly odd in the way they're speaking about it? One of the things that can be a sign of an eating disorder is that they're really tired or they're unable to concentrate. Our body and our brain needs a lot of energy. So if we're not getting the nutrition we need, being really tired might be one of the signs, and an inability to concentrate will go along with that. Our brain needs a lot of calories to keep it going. So look out for changes in their tiredness and their concentration. Another thing to notice is, do they go to the toilet regularly? So after meal times, do they nip to the toilet? They're just disappearing. If you go out, they go to the toilet after they've eaten. After a meal at home, are they going to the toilet? They might be maybe they've hidden food and they're flushing it down the toilet, or they're potentially purging, which means to be sick, making themselves sick to get rid of food that they've eaten. And another change to look out for is, has there been a big change in their exercise? So are they exercising excessively? So are they exercising a lot every day? Are you hearing them doing exercises in their bedroom? Are they going to the gym all the time? Are they going out running all the time? Whatever it is, has there been a big change, or are they exercising a lot? Again, this can be disguised. Maybe they're into sports already, so maybe they're training for something. And maybe that it's just too much. You can see that there's too much going on. So looking for changes and looking at these areas, significant changes in food or how they behave around food, any behavioural changes that you've suddenly noticed, distorted views about their body, they're tired or they're unable to concentrate, are they going to the toilet after meal times, is there excessive exercise going on? Trust yourself. If you're noticing any of those things, watch one of my later videos which talks about what to do when you think your child has an eating disorder. And I'll speak to you very soon.